It is always fun when the homeowner leaves and goes away and is going to be gone.
Send me like progress text and show me pictures.
Friday morning.
Oh my God, you freaking
And
kidding
quite
me.
a few of us are here today with a long list of get her
Holy
done.
crap.
We've got a hectic,
This is
busy week
insane.
ahead of
Did
us.
you see this? Uh-huh.
In a project like this, the homeowner being so excited to see every piece of the project, they're saddened when they have to leave because they don't get to witness the small changes every day. And that makes it all the more delicious for us to not share with them what's actually going on, so that they can squirm a little and feel a little funny and whatever. So we do intend to get an awful lot done, but we don't intend to share with them what we've gotten done.
Can you see what I'm doing? This is, the interior of our ship. We are just going to mud the walls and make look like wooden, an enclosed wooden structure with timbers. All these little things make it look like wood. So what you want to do is you don't want to over rub it. You just want to give it some texture where baby, up! Your baby keeps moving her pods. Hi, pretty baby.
And the baby needs to move. Yes,
He
you
means
need
you.
to move.
Yes, he
Good
means you.
girl.
Are latex gloves your friends?
Yes, they are.
So Joey, what are you working on right now?
Doing the same thing as Karen.
Well, in your words, what does that mean?
Throwing mud on the walls, I guess.
Rick, would you make us a new one? Thank you.
Yep, we're creeping on you.
Do what you gotta do, okay?
Yep, I.
So right now I'm just carving it up, and because it's an old plank, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. Somebody's puppy got a hold of it without me knowing and had lunch. So a light and a pointer trowel are your basic tools. And then as you can see, I have all these just carving tools that you can get at Michael's or Joann's for clay. I have changed my mind. That's the one good thing about carving is you can always change your mind if you don't like what you do. You just add more cement. Because these are upright and then these were going to be upright, I didn't like it because it was just there was no, differentiation, no, it wasn't drawing your eye. For those who don't know trees, they always go in the same direction. That one. And if we get that one going, Joey, we'll do it right in our work. It's always in the details, even the smallest details that we can put in. So when you do lumber, I just like to, find the details. Even if it's just a lot of lines or chunk marks. Yes, we do. It's only boring, I should say, it's only boring when you're stuck on a job by yourself, which sometimes I have been with Kyle. But if you've got a partner to work with, we have ways of making things fun. See?
Oh, whatever you're laughing at, I'm not getting it.
He's like, this is all the action.
Yeah,
I know.
he's throwing it up and I'm getting it in the head.
Yeah, I might be better off.
It's on my glasses, it was on my face, it was on my carving. Down the road we're gonna come in here and I'm gonna say, how'd that clump get there? And then I'm gonna think, oh yeah, that must have been Rick. There. It's just like,
Is this a guy?
this is just something we're giving the customer, which was supposed to be just a small area. But like we've said many, many, many times, we don't do small. So he's got a lot of pirate bling that with the lighting and all the pirate booty and treasure and all that stuff is what's going to really make this grotto pop. It's looking like the pool pup, Callie, is pregnant. And we'll see how many she has. Hopefully she has more than 3, like her mama did. Because there's a lot of people who want puppies.
Aww.
But not me.
We pay attention to life and don't just let life happen, but actually be present in every moment. Little fun things happen. They're little synchronicity moments. Here's an example of one. One of the pool dogs is having puppies, and I need a whelping pit, somewhere that she can actually have the puppies. And the last time we did that, we had a kids pool, one of the little plastic swimming pools, and she's right about ready to give puppies, and I need to go out and buy one today. And driving down the road, lo and behold, in the garbage, right there along the side of the road, was a kid's swimming pool. It doesn't have to be new, it doesn't have to be nice. This is just something she's gonna have that experience in, and then we get rid of it. Just one of those moments of, you know, that's really cool that I don't just have to go and buy it. Here it is. It's almost as if the universe provided it for me.
Why are we surrounded by so many dogs?
They help remind me every day how simple life really is, and what we can learn from their banter and their play like this is just in any given moment, they're just going to play. And if we can stay in the mode that they present for us, our lives are so much better. And that's why I love being surrounded with them all the time. They just bring
They're
joy
so happy.
because they help, more than them bringing joy, is they help me be aware of my joyness.
Yeah.
That when I get caught and lost in life,
You gotta channel your inner golden.
you just gotta be a golden for a little while and realize that life is joyful. All of it is really good, and it's all perception. And if you decide to choose the bad stuff, well, of course you're gonna be miserable. They never choose the bad. They always choose the joyful.
do.
So why can't we live that same way?
We can.
And we do.
We definitely
We absolutely
can.
do. But they are a reminder every single day that we live a joyful life because that's what we choose every day. So what happened?
Cute little
I want the puppy. No, we don't want the puppy. Oh my goodness, he's so cute.
I'm not 100% sure. There's 3 females and 4 males.
You get to be mine. Yeah, you get to be mine. Yeah.
Puppies are gonna be awesome when they grow up around here.
Ellie's gonna come work on the job when she gets bigger.
You're gonna have one of those.
I know, I'm so excited. I want one of these.
You want one of these. And he's gonna love you as much as my puppy. Yeah, you're gonna have a puppy that loves you.
Well, just trying to get a feel for where everything's going. Trying to figure out everything that needs to go over here. Have an idea. Just a matter of putting stuff on the pad and figuring out where it will fit. Try to make it efficient, but at the end, what you're really just looking for is you want it to work as well as it can, but giving it no bigger of a footprint than needed. And last, just making sure that it's relatively user-friendly. When someone walks up to a system and they see like an in-floor system and a couple pumps and stuff, where if they're not used to seeing it and all they're used to is a basic system, sometimes it throws them for a loop and they can be overwhelmed. In the end, it ain't that hard. As far as the equipment that comes is, you know, you got a couple pumps, a filter, a heater, a salt system, a caretaker. So it's just a matter of making sure that they all work together. You know, just that, all that sort of thing, making sure that everything can be broken down and fixed or winterized. So when it comes time for winterizing, you want to make sure that there's no pockets that would be easily end up filled with water or something where there's a chance of something cracking. Make sure things are able to be broken down, all that kind of stuff. Well, you got some pool guys that for sure that tend to stay away from in-floor systems. They talk about they're more trouble than they're worth. They don't actually clean the pool. One of the biggest reasons why we actually do in-floor isn't for the cleaning. It's for the heating efficiency. You're heating from the bottom up, so it just, think about if you jump in a lake on a sunny day. That first foot of water might be nice and warm, and then you go below that and it's freezing. But you know, in this case, you're heating from the very bottom of the pool all the way up, so it's pretty uniform as far as what you're feeling in temperature. The fact that it'll, you know, kind of clean all the debris and sweep it all through the system without you having to worry about dropping a vac in there too often is just kind of a side benefit to it all.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So what are we doing here today?
Well, so far we're attempting to but we're putting a carb coat on the ship, squaring out the cannon section of the ship. It's kind of difficult in the rain.
Said I think Jesse has more of an answer.
Oh. He's deferring to you. I was asking him what he was doing, and so we're squaring off the boat so that it's level on bottom and on top, and then level all the way down so we get a nice shape to the boat so that we can carve it.
Chloe and I carved the front face of the, I call it the cannon wall. It's the upper part of the ship where we have 4 cannons that will shoot water, and all we did is we put another layer on so we could carve it, and we framed wood around the top and the bottom and around the cannon holes. It's a pirate ship with a crashed pirate ship with a debris field. So you don't want everything flat. So you want dimension to bring this pirate ship to life. The name of the game is Dimension and Detail.
Okay, what can we tell you today? I'll tell you what. This is what you ever hear grandstands? Well, this is what we call the back stands right here. And essentially it's kind of like for people to hang out on the back side. Kind of like, every kid who ever grew up, there was a kid in the neighborhood that would pee in the pool. And when a kid peed in the pool, the homeowner said, "Get out of here." And then, he's got him leaning over the fence looking. So what we did was we came up with this idea called a back stands, where those kids can hang out right close by the pool and they can peek over the waterfall and everybody having fun. And see, the homeowner doesn't have to feel as bad about it because it's not that bad back here. We're gonna fix it up real nice actually. So those kids that don't get to really enjoy the water, they can still, kind of feel like they're having fun. Let's put it this way, if I grew up in this generation, I'd be in the back stands most of the time, no doubt about it.
You'll see it when it comes when it gets home. Yep. He's getting mad at me. I got it. You remember how Dad, I was saying he only texted me twice? Well, I got a text. I thought we were friends. You haven't sent me any pictures. Oh, that.
You should go back to. What do you mean, friends?
Why? He said you haven't bugged me enough. And then I sent him a picture of his platform and a picture of his graded yard.
That's awesome.
Well, the graded yard's kind of cool. It is.
We are inside the grotto where we are doing kind of a cool layout for putting all of the intrigue and the interest inside the grotto, which is a full pirate and a full house of pirate booty stuff. So we're kind of playing with that at the moment. Figure out how I'm feeding a wire up through the monkey so I can bring a wire out its mouth into this bottle. What I did was I set up lighting inside of this bottle in epoxy. So this becomes a lighting feature in the grotto. So, gotta play with it and start looking at it, and does it make sense? Does it look good? Does it help or does it hurt? Each of those things helps. And I think that's what we're constantly doing, is playing with that. We are running lighting, and we're gonna do all the booty and stuff that goes in here to give it a kind of a visual in the for the homeowner. Looks like he's got zits.
What?
He's got zits.
Oh no.
The light bulb slid all the way to the front. Okay, we need something to put up in this corner here. Well, if you notice throughout the entire project, because of an early reference to a story as to why the pirate ship ended up here, part of the story had to do with the Ginsu knife. They were sold on infomercials on television back in the 1970s. So as a reference to that, throughout the project you will see authentic Ginsu knives put in random places just because that's what we do. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
That's the last one.
Got him?
Yep. What do you think? Do you think they'd love it?
I do.
You
I
do.
think they're gonna be run away.
Not sure if you remember an old friend that we found at an antique shop. And then we showed the process of patinaing it, just giving a little bit of color. Well, here it is. It's about to go into the actual project. But I wanted to show you, I made a duplicate as well. So what I did was, I made a mold of this just so that I would have it. And you can see from the back, this one's made of plastic. Just thought I'd show you. It's time for me to put them in place. I've been kind of working this whole detail back here of the inside of the shipwreck and all the booty and all the stuff. And I'm going to place this in and let's see what happens. This piece that we found at this piece that we found at an antique shop has found its final resting place.
Currently inside the grotto, and I'm going to be working on the planks that we've carved. I'm just looking for different shades of brown and maybe a black to do some detail work so that it actually looks like wooden planks. I got water and I've got paint. You typically want a lot of paint, but it's just kind of a feel. Now I'm looking for a stick. I need a, Loki, find me a stick, okay? I found this in the dirt. Yeah, we sometimes just use what we find on the ground or all around. It happens. We use sprayers, brushes, and sponges. I will be using all three. Oh, yeah, staining's fun. It's when you kind of see life come to the project because it's all in color instead of black and white. So that's nice. I just totally missed. That was lovely. Something like that, yeah. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing, but I want to have options and I want to be able to lighten up the boards a bit, so I'm going to make that color next. Let's figure out which do I want to use. And I'm done. Talking to Loxie.
Why are you depressed, dog? So, it's doing that, so it's similar.
I know they're similar. That's the thing. Nope, I just want to get a feel for it. So I'm seeing what it looks like if I darken up the line with the black. I'm gonna play with some of the colors because I don't quite know the look I'm going for yet. So I'm just gonna play around. Because if you don't like it, you just can cover over it with a different color. Yeah. And we wasted I don't know how many buckets here. In the mud. You want to take this one out, and I'm going for a little more mass quantity right now since we want to get this all nice and painted, and then we can come back later and add some more finite details. Do the lines. I'm going to do the lines so they're done. Oh, you just knocked over my bottle there, girl.
Oh, me, my dog.
She rolled in the dirt and I got color on her.
Yeah, that's not just dirt.
I'm gonna keep with it and maybe come up and do touch-ups some other day. But I just want to get mass quantity so that there's some color in here and then we can add more details later. Now I didn't tell you last time when using a sponge to make sure it's wet. Because otherwise it just rips up the sponge a lot faster and it doesn't move the colors easily.
Take a selfie or two, like up close to something but not really showing, and we're gonna all text them at the same time. So the instructions were to take 2 selfies without too much description in terms of what they are, just a close-up of something so that the homeowner can't really tell what it is. And we're all going to send him selfies starting in about another minute. So we'll see how this goes.
I don't know if I can see it on my camera, but looks good.
What's his number?
Don't send it yet. We'll all start sending them all at once. No, no, something on the, like the, I don't know, maybe a barrel or a...
One of your posts, Joey. Well, he hasn't seen a cannon.
Just whenever you're ready, send.
Ready?
Okay, mine are gone.
Mine are gone. Yes.
It's a party and we didn't invite you.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that because I actually got gas this morning, so it's probably better now.
Okay.
Fun box, oh fun box, smelling stirring dark. Fun box, oh fun box, check out these fun box. Hey,
Pour a whole cracker.
Or hole.
You pig. You get something in your hair or something?
No, I keep getting in my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, you ever seen a cow sitting on the side of a barn having a cigarette, and then when the farmer comes along, it's like, crap, right, here comes Farmer John, get up, we gotta go.
Oh, they're cuddling.
Do I need to know that this faces up or something? Ow! No, that's her. She wanted to be able to see.
Well, the homeowner hadn't seen the pool in several days, and they were excited to see it, and we finally showed them. So we have these little reveals along the way of showing them the details and the fun things that we're doing. And we had just about finished the inside of the grotto, and there's lighting in there now. So it's very different than when they had seen it the last time.
Oh my god, that's creepy. Oh my gosh, it looks like Gaston. Oh my god,
It was fun to see. They had a bunch of friends over, showed the friends at the same time, and it was just fun to listen to adults acting like kids, giddy, happy, talking about the things that they're seeing, that it makes them think of Disneyland, and really cool, never seen anything like it, those types of words. So it was a really cool moment.
The cannon? The cannon? Is it big enough for more people?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a monkey in here! What's happening? Is he drinking Tito's?
Margaret, there's another monkey right here. Come here, take a look. Right here.
That is awesome.
I'm never moving out of this house. You know that, right?